Alright, we are back for round 2 against Little Darwin, which is... I don't remember who, but it's a good player, it's a pro player. Uh, yeah, sorry if, sorry if I cannot remember, but I just cannot remember who it is. It's it's someone good, probably much better than me, that's for sure. Um, alright, Black-Red Mirror. This is going down for sure. And I'm probably gonna go with Chaser, get my 1-1 ASAP. A 2-3, that's mean. Pretty sure we want to attack and get the 1-1. If they don't block, fine. If they block, I can just get my scry and be happy. It's pretty obvious, but I'm fine using that to get rid of these and getting the creature in the process. I'm gonna actually put that on bottom because I'd rather draw a Thwamp. I don't really wanna. I mean, two black-red aggro deck. You probably don't really want to flood out. Yeah, I think it's fine. Now, interesting line. I think I'm just gonna beat down and drop the operative afterwards and try to get a bit more value of reprisal. Alright, so now they have a tool to save their trafficker. Gifted Etherborn. Yeah, it's indestructible, so using reprisal is pretty bad here. Don't really want to trade any of my creature for their trafficker. I guess for the the prism, not really for the trafficker. Close call. The thing is, even if it grows bigger, I can still kill it with reprisal. I'm pretty sure my opponent is gonna keep 1 mana available to use that pretty much all the time. The other play is just to attack with Servo and pass the turn and hope at some point they tap out, but I kinda doubt it. Probably slightly safer to go this way. Alright, well I'm happy to trade my Servo for the trafficker. This probably means they have some more artifacts to sack, but I'm pretty fine with that trade, to be honest. Nothing. That's not very. That's pretty weird. I'm kind of suspicious here. I could see just attacking with both creatures if they have a trick, whatever, and I can drop the ambitious Etherborn afterwards. It's probably fine. I think it's better than go for Furious Reprisal, and especially if their trick is +1/+0, lifelink indestructible. I'd rather play this way than they might just have a revolt of their own. Alright, fine. Probably just gonna make that a 5/4. This still trades with a trafficker, but unless they have an artifact, I can get rid of it with reprisal. Ooh, self-assembler. You cannot have a ton of self-assembler though. They have another though. Not thrilled about trading that for the trafficker. Yeah, I think the play is tidy conclusion, the assembler, beat down with chaser, pass the turn. It's not great, but I think it's the best we can do. Again, my opponent is not extremely likely to have many more assemblers, but I guess they could in theory. Their deck seems better at, at the late game than mine. Oh lord, that's not good. That's not good at all. So let's say I go Scourge, attack with everything. They probably block the Scourge. Then they go down to 6. I think I pretty much have to play this aggressively. If they trade with Aetherborn, I'm happy enough. If they eat one of the two other creatures and take 7 or 8, I'm fine too. This is pretty aggressive line. I think it's fine though. We have Reprisal in hand as a burn spell, as well as 2 shocks in the deck. Meh. Not sure how good this is. This might have been a bit too aggressive. Trading my Scourge for 7 damage seems fine in this situation. I don't feel like I'm gonna win the late game. My opponent got basically a 3-for-1 using self-assemblers. The Trafficker and the combination of Trafficker plus Assembler is gonna be really tough to get through, so... Alright, that's something else, I guess. So I'm pretty sure they don't... Well, they could have a trick in theory. I don't think they do. I think it would have been used a couple turns ago and they would have played differently. So if I go Reprisal, Trafficker, Requisitioner, they are going to be left with 1 blocker no matter what. Because if they sack, they have 1 blocker left. If they don't, they have 1 blocker left. So I get to get 4 damage through. I think it's good enough. Well, no, never mind. They can, if they sack the self-assembler, they'll get a 1/1 in the process before my reprisal resolves. So they can go eat the Aetherborn, chump the ambitious Aetherborn, and take only 2. If I go reprisal at the Requisitioner and their face, they are down to 4. Sacking is not the best move, so they would keep that around. And then if I attack, they probably block here and there and go down to 2, and I have 2 shocks in my library. Thing is, because of this, and we know they have that in hand, things are not gonna go better. If they do the block I mentioned, everything dies, they are at 2, and I'm left with my Aetherborn against their Trafficker. Assuming that they don't have a trick, obviously. I don't know. If I go 2 and 2, yeah, they just make a token first. They have these to eat my ambitious Aetherborn, or to eat a creature, and they can chump with the token. This might still be better though. They get to eat the creature, but well, I'm left with 2 creature and them at 4 instead of 2, which is probably better in the end. It's not an easy play, I think, by any means. Pretty sure they want to sack the assembler here, otherwise it's really not good for them. Yep, as expected. This becomes indestructible. And here, I guess... Yeah, either they go down to 2 or they lose the servo, and I'm still left with 2 creatures. Yeah. Again, assuming they don't have a trick. Yep, this makes sense. Doesn't change much though. I don't know. Maybe the other play where I'm sure I put them down to 2 is better. Don't think I should be attacking here. Kind of felt like I had to play aggressively here. I'm pretty sure the attack where we got 7 damage was right. The last attack might have been wrong. But my opponent put something on top. That cannot be good news. I guess they might also have some lands in hand though. I guess I'll take 6 for now. Chandra's Revolution. That's quite good. I mean, tapping a land doesn't really matter. Yeah, well, I guess we'll just Revolution that thing, tap that, and intend to beat down. They will probably just sack to the Trafficker. They have no reason not to do so. Thing is, they have to make a chump block here, and I kind of doubt that. Well, if they have something in hand, I think we lose no matter what. If they have a Revolt, like a Tidy Conclusion in hand, I don't think we can win. So... And here they have to block. They can block and sack, then this is an 8 power creature. They cannot take the damage. If they have a Revolt, they can kill something, take 2, but then well, yeah, they do have... They got 2 Welding Sparks out of 1 pack, jeez. Ugh. They are still blocking though, alright. They have a trick. No, they just wanted to make... that makes sense, I guess, so they don't die to shock. Probably dead here. Implement of Malice, alright. And that... Ugh, my opponent's deck seems much better than mine. 2 Welding Spark is pretty insane in an Aether Revolt draft though. Kinda got flooded in the end here though. They draw 8 land, I drew 9. We are not even that flooded, it's just like the card advantage generated by the self-assemblers just destroyed us. Alright. So I kinda like the Prowler against a black-red deck, as I mentioned. Should be better. Jeez, double Welding Spark is insane though. Kinda want the value card, probably. What do we cut? I'm not a huge fan of Strangler, I could see cutting that. The Aeronauts are pretty medium. And I think Leaf Fast is just better than Mine Rat. Alright, let's run that. Slightly better build for this matchup, most likely, but it might not be good enough. Alright, hand is good though. Hand is good. Yeah, I think I want to drop the Construct first. I mean, these dudes can attack unless they have a first striker anyways, and this gets more damage in. Don't think I want to draw that. This gets more damage in if I can attack. Okay. Not sure what they did with their scry. They put on bottom too, alright. Card seems fine to draw, honestly. Bottom, and they bottomed again. Alright. Yeah, I kinda like that. Pretty sure they are gonna block here. They have a better late game than we have, so I think they want to play defensively. Yeah, that makes sense. Since I have Reprisal in hand, there's an argument for not attacking, I guess. Maybe I should have done that. And they put a card on top this time. Alright. My opponent's missing color though, but I guess I have the prism now. I will get rid of that now. Maybe a misplay I made last game was to try waiting when I could have, killed that. If they play self-assembler and I don't draw my land, it's gonna be bad. And even if I draw my land, then okay, I'm fine with that trade because my creature would eventually been forced to attack into a self-assembler most likely, which would have been really bad for me. So now I can generate a bunch of 1/1, but if my opponent just play a 2/2, not really doing a ton anymore. Shock. Alright. And looks like they are color screwed, but obviously because of Prism it's not really the case. Ugh, so much Revolt. Jesus Christ. I thought I had decent enough Revolt, but my opponent deck has 10,000 more Revolt. There might be unable to cast double red cards here, which I guess is kind of good for us, but... And this Prowler is looking pretty bad in hand right now. Enraged Giant. Not a good news. I mean, we have the answer, but it means that the next thing they are gonna cast will probably not have the answer, which is the problem. Dune Depurative was not the best draw. Weapon seems a little bit flooded here, luckily enough for us. In theory, they could have the Incendiary Sabotage. I doubt we would play that in this deck, and since they just use another removal, it probably means they don't have it. Playing the Rebel is slightly risky because of potential Assembler, but at least I can kill the Assembler using the Prowler. Yeah, they finally top deck their Assemblers. Now we probably just lose. Yeah. We'll be able to get rid of the first one, but after that it's just gonna be game over very quickly. I really don't think there's a ton we can do around that though. Like them having assemblers in this matchup, just if they ever draw an assembler, it's gonna make them win pretty much. All right. Drawing more lands is not gonna help, but the thing here is that my opponent has been drawing more lands than I did. But they are just beating us pretty badly card advantage wise, and this is not gonna help because now they can make copy of that and get some other assemblers, or copy of Prism and draw cards. Ugh. We are getting completely, utterly destroyed. Kind of surprised that they copied the Prism. I feel like copying the Assembler and searching for the one they showed game 1 was better, especially since they can attack with that one. I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something, but I don't know. It felt like a better move. Fatal push. This cannot deal with the assembler, unfortunately. Yeah. GG. I just don't think we can ever come back in this game anymore. Their deck is just much better in the late game, and probably just better in general. It's not, it might not even be a question of late game or not late game. Boy. Yeah. And here they can just make a copy of that, and they can sack. If I try to fatal push it, they can still. Sacrifice the other Prism pretty freely. Nah, I don't like conceding early, but here I really don't see any way we can come back. Yeah, shock is not gonna do it. Alright, GG, I'm gonna pack it in. Yeah, their deck seems just just better in general and much better in this specific matchup especially. So doubt we could have done much more given how games went here. But I hope you guys enjoyed this draft. It's a single elimination draft. It's a league, but I will not get to play a third match. There should be a anti-spoiling video in the playlist though, because some people have asked me to do that. But yeah, this is pretty much over. I think the deck was fine. I think their deck is better, clearly. But yeah, that's gonna be it. Hope you guys enjoyed that first draft. If it's the case, drop a like. And again, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more of these. There should be a ton of other drafts coming in the next few days. Thanks for watching. See you for another draft.